59. Okay, I will share it.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, Keshav, you can start.
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, a very good evening to all. Welcome to the meeting number 562 of Doha Toastmasters Club. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before start of the meeting, I would like to explain some ground rules, which we follow from the smooth proceeding of the meeting. Speakers are requested to refrain from speaking related to politics, sex, or religion in their speeches. As our meeting is online Zoom meeting, please mute yourself if you are not a speaker. I would also suggest all the speakers to deliver speech in standing position, so that you can demonstrate all the gestures and movements. But do not forget to remove your virtual background while giving the speech. However, ensure that you have a good mic and camera. This is just a suggestion, but make sure that you have a proper setup of camera and mic for delivering speech in standing position. Keep in mind, even though we are away from each other, but your face is clearly visible to speaker. So avoid any facial expression like yawning or blinking your eyes while speaker is speaking. You can share the feedback by directly writing to speaker in chat room. Please switch off your video if you are doing any activity other than listening, so as to avoid distractions of speaker while speaking. No one is you, and that is your power. Dave Grohl, American musician. With that, let me invite the president of the club. He is an electrical engineering graduate and MBA in human resources. He works in Karama as an electricity network planning engineer. He is from Mumbai and is living in Qatar since last 6 years with his wife and 2 beautiful teenage daughters. He is in Toastmaster fraternity since last 3 years and never misses any Toastmasters meeting. He is the vice president education of the club and PR manager of Division A. He was awarded Division A Falcon Award with the title Most Committed Toastmaster of the Year 2019 and 2020. Please help to welcome President Atul Hardas.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Keshavraj Sampat Kumar, for such a wonderful start of today's meeting. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Keshavraj Sampat Kumar, is very sincere ExCom member, and he is subject matter expert and presently working in North Oil Company. Please give him big round of applause for excellent start of today's meeting. First, let me open today's meeting. I, Atul Hardas, President of Doha Toastmasters Club, with the authorities bestowed upon me and with due respect to this gavel, declare meeting number 562 is open. We have one guest today, so I would like to have his introduction. Muhammad Nurul Kabir Chowdhury, can you please introduce yourself to the club?
Thank you, President. Good evening to everybody. I am Muhammad Nurul Kabir Chaudhary, actually current president of BC Toastmaster Club, and I am the CEO of Arabian Exchange Company, Doha. I have been deported from National Bank Limited. Actually, I am a banker. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And welcome to our club. You will enjoy today's meeting.
Thank you.
And please stay till the
Thank
end.
you. Thank you.
We would like to have your feedback at the end.
Definitely.
For
Definitely.
thank you. For the benefits of the guest, Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. Its headquarters is in Colorado, and the organization's membership is 364,000, is more than 364,000 in 16,200 clubs in 145 countries. Since 1924, Toastmasters International has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speakers, communicators, and leaders. Doha Toastmasters Club is the first Toastmasters Club in Qatar, which is celebrating its 25 years of excellence in the current year. Today, I have a small story for you. There was a king who had two beautiful and magnificent falcons. He handed it over to a man who was expert to train those falcons. After a couple of months, the trainer informed to the king that one of the falcon is doing very well, flying magnificently, but the other falcon has not moved from its branch from the day one. Due to the idiosyncratic behavior of the falcon, the king orders to its minister to find another expert trainer who can make the other falcon fly high. So after a couple of days, the king noticed that the other falcon is flying high. With a curiosity, the king calls his minister and the man who made the falcon fly high. That man was a very simple farmer in his kingdom. On inquiry, the farmer replied to the king that this job was very easy for me. I simply cut the branch on which the falcon was sitting. Fellow Toastmasters, we all are created to fly high, but often we are not willing to take up the risk, not willing to take up the new ventures. Often we are sitting on the branches of our comfort zone or the things which are the familiar with us. So to become successful, it is always necessary to cut those branches of our comfort zone, to cut the branches of not willing to learn new things, to cut the branches of negativity, laziness, inertia within us. Nobody is stopping us to fly high. So, to discover the power within us, we have a great personality join us today. When I close my eyes and think about the Toastmasters, his image immediately appears in front of me. Distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai is the past president and sixth president of Doha Toastmasters Club and is the founder, president, and mentor of Talking Matters. DTM Rai, in his journey, though the Toastmaster has excelled in communication and leadership tracks, he represented Doha Toastmasters and Qatar at the Gulf Toastmasters Annual Conference in International Speech category. He has held various leadership positions and is past division governor. When all of Qatar was one division, he was adjudged the best division governor of the district, which then comprised of all GCC countries and Jordan. What is interesting to note is during his tenure as a president of Doha Toastmasters, the club's membership roster rose to an all-time high. The first youth leadership program was launched and conducted at Indian Cultural Center. But noteworthy breakthrough during his tenure was chartering of the third Toastmasters Club in the country, that is Alcor Toastmasters Club, succeeded by two others, Philcom Toastmasters Club and MES Toastmasters Club, laying the foundation for the ICC Toastmasters Club. Distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai is a learning and development specialist and heads his own company, Berger Learning Solutions, which provides learning solution to the industry. With this, please join me to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai with big round of applause. Virtual screen is yours, sir.
You are muted. You are muted. Ramohan Rai, Ramohan, you are muted. Ramohan, you are muted.
Yes, I was just doing that. I'm so sorry. So, thank you so much, President Toastmaster Atul Hardas. It was indeed a heartwarming introduction. Doha Toastmasters is my alma mater in Toastmasters. And this is where I learned the tricks of the trade as far as communication and leadership is concerned, under stalwarts like Sunny, Manoj, PK, and others who are mentoring me until today. I can't thank them enough. Leon Brown said, "You have the power within yourself to make anything possible. It all begins with you. If you do not care for yourself, you will not be strong enough to take care of anything in life. True personal power is generated from within." And this is what we are going to explore today. Sadly, most of us have a big opinion of everyone and everybody. But when it comes to ourselves, we, think that we are not as good or not good enough. I was contemplating on this very thought when Atul insisted that I provide him with a theme for the meeting of today. So I thought, why not roll it to all of you and let us explore it through the meeting today. And that is why I wanted to have your take on it in advance, at least those who were speaking tonight as role players or speakers. But others, please feel free to come in if you think you have something substantial to contribute, but keeping the time factor in mind, of course, because as TMOD, the onus would be on me to see that the meeting winds up on time, at least the education segment for which I would own responsibility. Talking about time, let me call upon the time manager of this evening, who happens to be a piping engineer living in Qatar for the past 3 years, married and a father of a lovely daughter by the name of Ria. He plays badminton, cricket, and loves to watch football. His take on the theme is, you are the epicenter of everything happening around your life. You have the power to control everything around you. That is the power of you. That's fantastic. You have summarized it beautifully. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Milton Elayakumar, who will explain to us what exactly does a timer play, what role does he play in a Toastmasters meeting. Over to you, Milton.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening.
Good
My
evening.
role as the timekeeper is to monitor the time taken for each meeting segment, to record the time taken by our speakers. For the speakers, I will indicate the time as follows. For the prepared speech session, the time allowed is as shown in the agenda. For table topic sessions, each speaker will be allowed to speak 1 to 2 minutes. For the evaluation session, each speaker will be allowed to 2 to 3 minutes. For all speakers, I will raise the green card at minimum allotted time, yellow card at the midpoint, and red card at the maximum allotted time. I will keep holding the red card till you finish. If you speak 30 seconds less than the minimum time or 30 seconds more than the maximum time, you will be disqualified. Kindly do pin the timer before starting your speech. I hope with all your help, we can finish the meeting on time. Thank you, and over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, time manager. And is there some disturbance in the? Yeah, it's okay. Hope everybody is muted. Next, I would like to call upon the grammarian to explain what does a grammarian do in a Toastmasters meeting. And today, we are in for luck as we have one of the best grammarians I have witnessed here in District 116. He has held some enviable leadership positions in Toastmasters International, apart from being the trailblazer of District 116. The first ever regional advisor of Region 11, brand ambassador of Toastmasters International, member of the Region Advisor Handbook Committee, member of the Region Advisor Select Committee, member of the International Leadership Committee for 2 terms, a rare distinction, actually. In short, we can call him a kingmaker. Thy name is Sunny Verghese, DTM. So what has DTM Sunny Verghese to say on today's theme? He says, you are what others think you are. Wow, that's so profound. And to that, I would like to add that Others think what you make them think. That is the power of you. So let's invite DTM Sunny Verghese with a huge virtual applause to explain the role of a grammarian in a Toastmasters meeting. Over to you, DTM Sunny.
Thank you very much, my friend Ram Mohan. I wish my wife was here to listen to all these things, what you said. My God, what a wonderful evening it is. You made my day and evening, night, everything. Today's day, the word is not a complicated word. It's a word that we generally come across, but some of us may not use that word. The word is idiosyncrasy. Though it sounds pretty big, it's a very common word, idiosyncrasy. Idiosyncrasy, the meaning is people with peculiar habits, liking, or sensitivity. The opposite is not exactly normal. It is a normal people with abnormal habits. I would put it like that. Like when I was just talking to JK, our division governor, he said he knows a person who shaves every hour. Every hour he shaves. I know a dermatologist who is very close to me. He tries to wash his hand every half an hour. He thinks everything is dirty because that happens with the dermatologist. And I know one person that his hobby is collecting the clipping of his own toenails. Sometimes I wonder how my wife could marry me with all my idiosyncrasies. The idiosyncratic is a person who's having these type of qualities. So try to understand the word, the meaning idiosyncrasies, but many of us got little bit of this, little bit of that. But we can't say that we are all idiosyncratic. If you get a chance to use this word, use it. Otherwise, understand the word, forget it. No problem. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunny Verghese, distinguished Toastmaster Sunny Verghese. And if I remember right, the first word as a grammarian that I did, the first time I took the role as a grammarian, that was in Doha Toastmasters. I used this was my word, idiosyncrasy.
Oh,
Yeah, what a really, and I'm coming to Doha Toastmasters after such a long time. So, manning the R counter today is a local guy, a civil engineer from Vellore Institute of Technology. She also dabbles in dancing and painting during her free time. Her take on the theme is, the word you is in itself very powerful. So the power of you is something ineffable. Each and every individual possess both positive and negative qualities. I believe focusing on the positive side of things will bring positivity and ward off the negativity. You, as an individual, can make a change in the society, but your actions decide on whether the change produces a positive or a negative outcome. This is the power of you. And she is none other than Toastmaster Sanika Sundar. Toastmaster Sanika, would you explain what does the R counter do in a Toastmasters meeting?
Good evening, everyone. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening again. My role as R counter will be to listen carefully to each person who speaks this evening. I will be looking for any crutch sounds such as or filler words such as and, so, well, but, you know, etc. Repeated words and long pauses that might detract attention from the speaker's presentation. So I request all of you to refrain from using any such words or pauses that might reduce the effectiveness of your speech. At the end of the meeting, I will be presenting my report to you. Over to the Toastmaster of the day. And it's just one correction in my name. It's Sudhir. It's Anika Sudhir.
Oh, Sanika Sudhir. Oh, so sorry.
That's okay. Thank
Very
you.
good. Okay. Sorry. Thank you so much for correcting me. So listening skills is another skill we hone at Toastmasters. Doing the listener's role tonight is a student at Lancaster University and will be starting her final year this October. And currently, she passes her time by rereading her favorite books, she says, driving at night and grabbing a cup of chai with her friends or relaxing in her room before the final year stress kicks in. Her take on the theme is no race is won on anyone but yourself. To know your limits, your abilities, and your strengths is to know how far you can push yourself. It is to know how much power you hold to take on any challenge that comes your way. Beautifully put. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Rikita Thomas. The screen is yours, Rikita.
Hi, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, honored guest, good evening to all. Being a good listener is just as important as being a good speaker. As the listener, I will note interesting tidbits of information from any of the speakers and ask questions near the end of the meeting to see if everyone was paying attention. That is my role for today. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, sorry, I muted. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Rikita, for that good introduction, for that good explanation. We kick off this meeting tonight with a project speech from the Innovative Planning Path. May I call upon the evaluator, Toastmaster Namrata Taude, to read the purpose statement of the project.
It's not Namrata. Today I'm going to.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Are there any other changes to the agenda?
No.
Okay. So you will be evaluating her?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So would you read the purpose statement, please?
Yes. So today our speaker number one is going to deliver her L1P3. And today she'll be doing researching and presenting speech. And the purpose of the speech is for a member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I didn't get the name.
My name is Sundar.
Sundar. Okay, Sundar. Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar.
Thanks.
So our first speaker tonight was born and raised in the sunny continent of Africa. There are two things that keep her completely engrossed with life. One is her profession. She's a chartered accountant, so her love for numbers and figures keep her busy. And the second is raising her twin boys. There is never a dull day with them, keeping her on her toes, she says. She has been in Qatar for the past 16 years. This beautiful country, she says, is her second home. So please put your hands together to welcome Smita Abraham onto the virtual screen to deliver her speech entitled The Smoke That Thunders. Over to you, Smita. The screen is yours. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I will go ahead and share my screen. Just let me know if you can see it. Is it visible?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thank you. All right. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, Fellow Toastmasters, good evening once again. When you think of Africa, what comes to your mind? The song Waka Waka, a safari, corruption, what comes to your mind? Well, for the next 5 minutes, we will talk about other things that could come to your mind when we talk about Africa. Africa is the second largest continent in the world, and it makes up about 1/5 of the world's land. Within this beautiful continent, there are 54 countries. We will talk about a country that is located below the equator and nestled in the middle of 8 countries. It is a landlocked country. The country is named after the mighty river that flows through it, the Zambezi River. That's an easy giveaway because the country we will be exploring this evening is the beautiful country of Zambia. Zambia is known as the copper bowl of the world. That is because its main industry is copper mining. It was the 8th largest country producing copper in the world. The first president of Zambia is Kenneth Kaunda. He was the president after independence, which they gained 24th of October, 1964. President Kenneth Kaunda, ex-President Kenneth Kaunda, passed away this year at the ripe age of 97 years old. So of the 97 years that he was alive, he ruled Zambia for 27. After him, 7 presidents have ruled, and the current president, which was elected just about 2 weeks ago, is President Hakainde Hichilema. The beautiful flag, the vibrant flag of Africa. Each color on this flag represents something very close to the people in the country. The red represents the struggle for freedom, the black, the people of Zambia, the orange, the country's mineral wealth, which is copper, green, its natural resources, and the bird that you see flying above, like the eagle, represents the country's ability to fly and to rise above all problems. When you land into Zambia, you will be landing into the capital, which is Lusaka. Zambia has 2 airports, which is Lusaka and Ndola. Qatar Airways recently, 6th August, started direct flights to Lusaka. And if you need to get a visa, all this information is available online. The cost for this visa is $50 per person for a month. The currency you'll be walking around with is called the Zambian kwacha. For 1 Qatari riyal, you get 1,400 Zambian kwacha. For $1, you get 5,100 kwacha. That's a lot of money in your pocket, but that's the currency you'll be walking around with. Demographics of this country. Largest towns are Lusaka, Kitwe, and Ndola. They have 73 ethnic groups in this country. And the tribes that are most dominant are the Bemba tribe and the Tonga tribe. Zambia was declared a Christian nation under the 1996 Constitution. Now you're thinking, when I land into Zambia, what languages do they speak? Do they speak French, German? What language is it? The local language is called Bemba and Nyanja, but the official language is English. You all will do perfectly fine finding your way around in Zambia. I got up a couple of words that I think would be quite useful if you were to ever be in Zambia, which is hello, how are you? You say, Molishani. And the response to that would be, I'm fine, thank you, we know. A very important word, I think, in any language that you must learn is thank you. How do you say thank you in Zambia? You say, Natotela sana. Food is diverse. You can find all kinds of food. But if you had to eat authentic Zambian food, you would be eating inchima and ifisashi. Inchima, if you see on my screen right now, looks a little bit like our Indian cuisine, idli, but this is made of maize flour. And that is usually eaten with ifisashi, which is pumpkin leaves, sweet potato leaves, spinach mixed with tomatoes, onions, and peanuts. That you have to eat if you travel there. What's the climate you're going to land into? We have 3 seasons, and they are cool and dry, and the rainy season. So you have temperatures that vary from 6 degrees to 35 degrees. I think that would be definitely cooler than anywhere in Doha. That's the one reason to head over to this country. What's the clothes that you would wear if you were there? This vibrant material that you see on screen right now is called chitenge material. It is colorful and bright, and it actually found its way on the runway. And both men and women wear this beautiful, vibrant colored outfit. Pick up an attire from there and get yourself a shirt or a dress with this material. Lake Kariba, that's another land-made, it's the largest land-made lake found in Zambia. It's man-made and it's the largest in the world. The lake is used for commercial fishing, and it also supplies hydroelectric power to 2 countries, Zimbabwe and to Zambia. Who's this man? You're looking at my screen, and who is this man? This is Dr. David Livingstone. He's a British explorer. He found the cure for malaria, and there is a town in Zambia that is named after him. Livingstone is the name of the town, and he also found the greatest falls in the world, and he named this falls after the queen that was reigning in his era, Queen Victoria. Victoria Falls. It is called the smoke that thunders. In Zambia, they call this Mosiatonia, which means the smoke that thunders. It is the largest falls in the world. Victoria Falls is one of the 7 natural wonders that you'll find. So every minute, can you believe 500 million liters of water is pouring down? And so you can hear the sound of this 40 kilometers away from here. And there's this mist that forms around the falls. And that's how it got its name, the smoke that thunders. In this place, you will see something called a moonbow. What's a moonbow? Everyone's heard of a rainbow, but what's a moonbow? A moonbow is a bow that you only see at night. And there are 2 places on the planet that you get to see a moonbow. And one is at the Victoria Falls, and the other is in Kentucky, the United States. Things to do in Livingston, because that is, of course, a tourism spot. So there are lots of things to do in Livingston. There is the dinner cruise on the Zambezi. The cost is $95. You do a national park safari, watch the rhinos, that's $120. You can bungee jump into the falls if you are an adventure thrillist, and you can whitewater raft under the falls. So you can go over and under, you have an option. And that combo pack is $260 per person. Oh, and there is walking with the lion. Who wouldn't want to walk with the lion and feel like a lion? That costs you $150, and that is in Livingston as well. There are 20 national parks, and this is home to the Big 5. So if you are on a safari, you will get to see all these beautiful animals, and you will see the Big 5 that is so close to Africa. The motto of this country is one Zambia, one nation, one country. I picked this topic as my topic of conversation today because it is so close to my heart, as I was born and raised in this beautiful country, Zambia. So, as they say in Zemba, which is language there, Nato Tela Panchita Yenu, which means thank you for your time. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Smitha. I'm sure the Zambians have their own share of idiosyncrasies, but you cleverly dropped them. But that was a marvelous speech and so much of information on Zambia and the Zambians. Very nice. We can pause for a minute so that all can send their feedback to Smitha. And timer, would you just alert me at 1 minute? So I think it's a minute. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you. The second speaker tonight is on project 2 of level 2 in the dynamic leadership path. May I request the evaluator of his speech, Toastmaster Sashant, to read out the purpose statement of this project?
Thank you so much, dear Mori. And thank you to all the Toastmasters and the guests. So the purpose of this speech is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his primary style. And the purpose of the speech is for him to share the impact of his style on others. So best wishes, Akash. Thank you.
And thank you, Toastmaster Sashant. Our next speaker is the immediate past president of the Doha Toastmasters and the current award committee chair of Division A. He is a technical manager at Honeywell, where he has been working for the last 12 years. His take on the theme is, too often we underestimate ourselves. The power lies within us. A gentle touch, a warm smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or a small act of caring are basic, powerful elements having the potential to turn a life around. We just need to believe that we can make an impact. Wow, that's great, Akash. And that gives us immense pleasure, to know that we can all do that, each one of us. So put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Akash Buttada to the virtual screen to deliver his project speech entitled The Key to Success. Over to you, Akash. The screen is all yours.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So let me begin with a question. What do you think is the key for any successful relationship? Is it trust? Is it money? Is it age, beauty, friendship? People have many answers. What I believe, the key for any successful relationship is communication. Yes, communication is the key for any successful relationship. But this key comes in different shapes, forms, and styles. But let me warn you, use this key very wisely. The communication style which you have been using with your friends, that may not work with your parents. The style which you use with your parents, that may not work with your spouse. But if you're smart enough to identify the communication style that works with the spouse, please let me know also. But that style will not work with your kids. Misunderstandings happens not because what we communicate, but most of the times because the way we communicate. The Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening to all of you. When I moved to Qatar, I was not able to make friends for initial few months because I was never take the initiative to reach out to the people around me. But after 1 year, when my mom visited me here in Qatar, within no time, she made several good friends. She will take initiative to reach out to the neighbors, invite them to her home. She will share all the funny incidents of the past with them, make them comfortable by creating a fun environment with her own unique style of humor. She also ensured that I have enough friends to talk to when she left Qatar. Now, such sociable, gregarious, and enthusiastic style is called as initiating communication style. Now, my wife is exactly opposite to my mom. She'll not talk anything other than what is required. She's very confident, but she'll talk straight to the point. She doesn't like to beat around the bushes. This style is called as direct communication style. Now, as usual, I'm a mixture of my mom and my wife's communication style. I'll not take initiative, but I'm always available and approachable for my friends. I'm more of a calm, loyal, trustworthy friend who's willing to listen to you as long as you are willing to talk. For me, emotions and relations are more important than anything else. That's why I'm more cautious whenever I'm talking to somebody, not to offend them. So my style can be termed as supportive communication style. Now we three follow three different communication styles. But when I joined Toastmasters, I came across this fourth communication style as well. Has it happened to you that you approach someone for some advice and you ask one question? That person, instead of answering your question, he fires multiple questions to you. So much that you regret why the hell you asked the question. But once you answer your questions, you will get an advice that is spot on, that will hit like a bull's eye. These people follow analytical communication styles. Analytical communicators prefers to speak based on the data and facts. They don't work on emotions. So we spoke about 4 communication styles. All of them vary based on extent of data or emotions we use while communicating. First, initiating, sociable, gregarious, enthusiastic. But sometimes they're very impulsive as well. Second style, we spoke about direct communication style, very confident, talk straight to the point, but sometimes they're not very user-friendly, not very friendly. Supportive communication style, calm, loyal, approachable, but they don't take initiative to talk. Fourth style is analytical communication style. They speak based on data and facts. I was wondering, what is your communication style now? If you want to find out, you can log into Pathways. Access this project, understanding your communication style, you'll find it out yourself. Find out whether you prefer to follow the same communication style, or your preferred communication style, or you like to be flexible based on the situation. You adapt to different style based on situation, just like a doctor do. A doctor, when they speak to patient initially, they need to listen more. So they follow supportive communication style. And the same doctor, when he speaks to his assistant, he needs to speak straight to the point. So he follows direct communication style. But the doctor, when he speaks to his peers or superiors for discussing the troubleshoot, discussing treatment of his patients, he follows analytical communication style. While no style is inherently better than others, but picking a wrong communication style may negatively impact how your ideas or how your message is being perceived by others. Communication is a lifeline of any relationship. Any relationship starts with communication. It flourishes with communication and may end if you don't communicate properly. Communication is power. Use it wisely. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Akash. And we have a minute to offer feedback to Akash. Please feel free to send your feedback through the chat or by WhatsApp. Timer, kindly indicate to me when the time is up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Time is up. Yeah.
Thank you. Our next speaker is on project 3 of level 2 of the persuasive influence path. May I call upon the evaluator, Toastmaster Adam Abdi, to read out the purpose statement of this project? Toastmaster Abdi.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, General Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Nagraj, the purpose of this statement is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Also, it is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a brochure, someone who has been supported and benefited from that training. Our Toastmaster Nagraj, I can define him as what is the word of the day? Idiosyncratic guy. That's if it's right. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Adam Abdi. Our third speaker tonight is an IT professional in the SAP domain, working with Catalum, a QP joint venture company. His take on the theme is the power of you will be at its peak when we are in harmony with the inner consciousness. This will bring more happiness and we will be able to enjoy every moment of our life. Beautiful, so well defined. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Nagraj Sekhar Manan to the virtual screen. Toastmaster Nagraj, the screen is yours.
The privilege of friendship is that we can talk nonsense all the time. And the best thing is that nonsense is understood, discussed, appreciated, and respected. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. The protege is the one who is a mentee and utilize the guidance and support from a mentor. How many of you want to improve your communication skills? I can see some of you are raising your hands. Similarly, how many of you want to improve your leadership skills? There are 3 secrets my mentor have shared. First one is vision to see the journey in the Toastmasters. Then second secret is the courage to walk on the path. Third is the patience to rise up on this journey even if you fall. In my Toastmaster journey, I have till date official 2 mentors and many more informal mentors from our Doha Toastmasters Club. The first one was DTM MS Babu. He is the first mentor when I joined Doha Toastmasters Club. He is a very cool person and an excellent narrative person. He also served as president of Doha Toastmasters Club. Before my first speech, I had an opportunity to sit with DTM MS Babu, and he guided how to make the icebreaker speech. During that time, we had 2 manuals from Toastmasters International. The first manual was Competent Communicator Manual, and the second one was Competent Leadership Manual. So I have opened the Competent Communication Manual and started reading the objectives of the icebreaker speech. I could draft my first speech and send it to mentor for a review. In 2 days, my mentor DTM MS Babu have replied. He tweaked some points, especially how to connect the transitions, and also guided how to conclude the speech in a positive, impactful way. also requested me to summarize in a concise way so that the audience will be able to remember the main bullet points of the speech and also take action on the recommendations or suggestions. My mentor DTM MS Babu is available and approachable most of the times for a casual talk or phone. In my speech during early days, the script I drafted, the sentences are generally very long. He advised me to shorten it, and if possible, always write the script in a conversational way. He also stressed wherever possible to demonstrate the gestures as the script communicates in an impactful way when we use gestures. Last but not least, he also mentioned to utilize the vocal variety. When a session was conducting in Doha Toastmaster Club by DTM Ram Mohan Rai on this vocal variety, I was asked not to miss this session. He is continuous motivator to make sure I'm making an effort and walking on the path. I'm still working on my vocal variety as it needs a lot of practice. My second mentor is DTM Dinesh Kumar. Most of you might be knowing him. He's a very organized person and a very professional way he executes in the Toastmasters journey. He is during the area speech contest preparations at College of North Atlantic. There are many activities in order to make the speech contest successful. I played the role for supporting the during topic and evaluation. He the XCOM role wherever possible. He also advised me to not miss district and division level contests, as the learning on the 2 days will be equivalent to what you have learned in the last 6 months. Majority of new members restricts themselves attending the club events alone. He motivated me to attend area, division, district level. In fact, he also suggested to attend annual conference of Toastmasters International. When you attend Toastmaster International Conference, you will see how our Toastmaster International members are coming with multiple different cultural backgrounds and also how much global it is. My district conference along with my mentor was at Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, Kuwait, and including Qatar. He also played the division director. My leadership skills and communication skills improved by taking support from my mentors. My mentor relationship is like a friendship. Here, I would like to mention the difference between a coach and a mentor. A coach shows how to demonstrate a specific skill and achieve that in a short duration, whereas the mentor focuses and supports you in this journey on a long term. The skills gained over a period of time in that Toastmaster journey is very useful even in your professional career. I'm thankful to my mentors in this Toastmaster journey. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They already know that you truly what you truly want to become. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nagaraja. It was a lovely speech. And we now have a minute silence for feedback.
time is up. Yeah.
You, do you all run a poll for the best speaker? Do you? I mean, do you want to run
Yes,
it
sir.
now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Are all qualified?
Except speaker one, all are qualified. Speaker one is yeah, not qualified.
Speaker one is not qualified.
She's a qualified chartered accountant.
So thank you. Have you done with the polling?
Yes, yes.
So going back to what Toastmaster Nagaraj said about the theme, gives rise to some soul searching, does it not? The power of you will be at its peak, he said, when we are in harmony with our inner consciousness. This will bring more happiness and we will be able to enjoy every moment of our life. So true. It is when we are in harmony with our inner being that we can generate the maximum power within us and be at our optimum best. So true. And if we link it to, what Akash said about small acts, a gentle touch, a warm smile, a kind word, listening ear, honest compliment, a small act of caring, are basic, powerful elements having the potential to turn life around. And when we do these things, we bring harmony within ourselves, don't we? And that brings out the best in us. And that will be our power. So well said, both of you, and so much food for thought here. With that, we come to the end of the prepared speeches segment. And according to the agenda, we have a stretch break of 5 minutes. So, but before that, I would like to check with the timer. How are we doing on time? Can we afford that break? Or
Okay, we are delayed by 5 minutes.
okay.
But still, I think we can take a 2 or 3 minutes break for the stretch. So that would be good for. Yeah.
Sure. Then we can come back exactly at 5 minutes, and then we can continue, take it from there. But before we go, can we have the BPPR? Do you all have a group picture normally? Who does that?
Yeah, I have taken, but still we will take one more time. Please switch on your cameras as BPPR is not today.
Okay.
Nagaraj and Adam, Amit.
If all of them could switch on their cameras.
Please switch on your cameras.
Except for Rajeshwar, he's holidaying somewhere.
Yes.
On the beach.
Toastmaster Adam.
There's a guest, Kareem.
Guest Karimuddin. Okay, I have taken one picture. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So we can go for that break and come back exactly in 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
See ya.
Those who are not going can have informal chat.
Good evening, Ram Roy.
Sir, you are muted, sir. You are muted.
At this time, when some people leave, difficult to bring them back at 8 o'clock.
I know.
Ram Saab, good evening. Sunny Saab, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Amit Khan. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir.
Yes. And I'm an admirer of Ram. I came to know he is a Toastmaster of the day. Then arrange my timing, and that is how I am attending this meeting.
Thank you so much. I'm elated.
I consider you like remember Rajkumar in
Indie movie.
industry.
The hairy man.
Who does speak his own style? That is how his name is always popular. Ramroy, some or other reason is way of accent. Always maintain. I don't know, intact. So that make unique of listening from you.
Thank you so much. I don't know. Even really, I'm feeling so happy. I'm feeling so good that I've come back after a long stay.
एक बार राजकुमार से तो पूछा गया फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में अमिताभ उनकी when he was in height, then he said, I don't know any Amitabh, I only know Rajkumar, then Dilip Kumar. These
Dilip
only
Kumar.
two people I recognize. That is how he maintained his status.
But had his own idiosyncrasies, right?
When I was
He's a Raj, a Raja family as far as his history goes, his family background. So he live and behave like that only, wherever he happened to be.
Okay.
When I was in the college, Rajkumar was my favorite actor.
Really?
Very manly acting.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God.
And he has always that muffler style,
Yes, yes.
whenever he acts, it's
Correct.
a muffler.
So I think President should organize a trip to Zambia. Lots to see.
I was telling that, Smita, I'm going. And I will become very rich there, if you chase some dollars.
You'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
So I have to retake my speech. Is that what it means for me?
Sorry?
Do I have to retake my speech, like re-give my speech?
No, you did not retake.
Oh,
Why?
No, it's over.
No.
Okay.
Why? Why do you want to retake your speech?
No, that's
No,
because I
some
crossed the time limit, right? Like I'm
No, time limit got nothing to do with that. Time limit don't.
Okay, that's good to know.
No.
That's a warning for you for next time.
I was wondering, it's really difficult to give us a research speech. Yes.
Time and tide wait for no man, but it waits for women.
Smita, that the time you need to
Interpretation, Jayakumarji.
pass the time, you lose out on the best speaker award, no?
Oh, that's all. That's okay with me. That's perfectly okay with me. It was I just didn't think I'd have to give the speech again.
Speaker. So
the last old manual we have one project, remember, speaking to inform. So this was an apt one for that, speaking to inform.
Yes, absolutely. So this is a perfect speech for that. That project is there in this pathways. Speaking to
researching a topic is similar.
Okay. So is the time up?
If you all travel to Zambia, so Qatar Airways really just started a flight.
Yeah, just 1 minute to go. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be really exciting if you all went. And there's no quarantine if you're vaccinated, FYI.
Oh.
When you use PPT slides, the time consumed is a little more. So you'll have to reduce the number of words in your speech.
Thank you for that tip. Yeah.
And you should always rehearse it. Time it before you present it.
I wasn't sure what to cut off. I guess that's the challenge. I guess that's what they're training you to do. What to chop off. Yeah, I just wasn't sure what to chop off.
That's the common idiosyncrasy for all Toastmasters. They think whatever speech they have written, that is the best.
True.
No editing.
It happens to me also. What part now should I chop off here? That's a dilemma always, isn't it?
I always say, especially people who speak more time, the audience don't know what you have, what you know. You may be having a lot of things to inform, lot of important things to inform, but it doesn't matter because the audience don't know. Unless you tell them this is it, no problem. When I always tell my friends, especially if you are for a contest, the moment it comes yellow, come to your last sentence. Because you may take a few extra seconds because people may be clapping. It takes a few seconds. When it comes to yellow, come to the last, so that before by reaching red, you can stop.
And
Yes, sir. Time is up. Yeah, we can start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much. So we can get to the meeting. So we have now come to the most interesting session of the evening. That is the table topic session or impromptu speaking session, where we help people think on their feet. And to conduct this segment, we have a finance professional from Mumbai, mother of 2 lovely teenagers. She was the first woman president of this club, the Doha Toastmasters, and currently is the program quality director of Division A. She has served clubs, areas, and divisions in various leadership roles. She is the recipient of many awards. She was the Outstanding Toastmaster of the Year in 2018, Outstanding Leader of the Year in 2019, Outstanding Area Director for the year in 2020. This year, in addition to being the PQD, she is also the Sergeant at Arms of a new club, Critical Thinkers Toastmasters Club. She's ever present in Doha Toastmasters club meetings and can always be trusted to take up any role for club meetings. I can definitely vouch for that, as I have seen her don various roles, especially during contest times, serving as chief judge somewhere, and the other contest, she's a contest chair, and what have you. Her take on the theme is, the world wants you to be typical. Don't let this happen. And that is the true power of you. Only you can be you. So emphatic, and she epitomizes that. This is a real power. We are seeing it all here in the Doha Toastmasters. Please put your hands together for the ever reliable, ever dependable, energetic, and trustworthy Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Nilofer Sanal. The screen is all yours, Nilofer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai. To me, sir, you are not the Rajkumar or Dilip Kumar, but you are the Amitabh Bachchan of Toastmasters, because that is the generation I belong to.
Okay.
It is a pleasure to hear your baritone voice and that English, which is without a single mistake. So I have always my ears open and always try to attend meetings you attend.
Thanks so much, Nilofer. Thanks so much.
Let us get on with this table topic session. This table topic session is a session which is sandwiched between 2 very important sessions of a Toastmasters meeting, right? The prepared speech section and the general evaluation session. And this session has this feel that anything goes, anything can happen. You know in the agenda what speeches are coming, you know in the general evaluation session how it will pan out, but you never know how the table topics session will pan out. It is all up to the table topics master, or in this case the mistress, what kind of topics she or he brings to the session. Now this session, as our Toastmaster of the day said, is all about impromptu speaking, thinking on your feet, finding out how quick-witted you are, how fast you can think, and how coherently you can put your message into words. But it is always not so. And a couplet, rather a blank verse by Robert Orban comes to mind. Every speaker has a mouth, an arrangement rather neat. Sometimes it's filled with wisdom. Sometimes it's filled with feet. So beware, my table topic speakers, and let us go on with this table topic session. Now, this the nature of the topics today are not either or, but mostly what you like most and what you like least. And I think it will be really easy for all of us to speak about something we like most and something we like least. So I would request our grammarian, the past Region 11 advisor, distinguished Toastmaster, Sunny Vargas. Am I pronouncing it correctly, sir?
Extremely correct. But who will do the grammarian check if I speak?
So I will do it for you, no issues. So, sir,
Yes, please.
here is your topic.
Yes.
Which is the role which you have best liked doing in Toastmasters, and which is the role which you have least liked doing in Toastmasters? So it can be any role, leadership role, club role, anything. The stage is yours.
Madam Toastmaster and my dear friends, the best I could do in Toastmasters was when I was the club president. I have noticed that those guests who come to our club, they come again. The whole responsibility depends on the president. The president can tell others, other executive committee members, please talk to every guest. You can tell the VP Education and inspire other members to do their best so that your club will be, in those days, only presidents distinguished, no spending distinguished was there. I think I did that job well. And after me, the president was my good friend, Ramahan Rai. There is no any particular role that you can't do much. If at all it is our JK's role. As a division governor, the responsibility is much less compared to the district governor or district director and the area director. Because, in fact, they don't even have a budget of their own, the division governor. Whereas the area governor gets money for starting more clubs and things like that. So I didn't like that role much as a division governor because it is limited. But if something goes wrong, everybody will blame him. This is what happens to the division governor. But otherwise, even otherwise, every role in Toastmaster Club is important. Whether it is a regional level, international level, or area level. Especially the first person who comes to the club is the Sergeant at Arms. And he makes a lot of difference. Whereas in I've seen India, the Indian clubs, the Sergeant at Arms comes and gives a speech for about 5 minutes, like the president's speech. So it is not just a role that you can just neglect. So my opinion is every role got its own importance, its own charm. Over to you, ma'am.
Big round of applause for distinguished Toastmaster Sunny Vargas. Now may I ask the guest, Mr. Karimuddin, to please switch on his camera. Mr. Karimuddin, are you here?
Yes, ma'am, here I am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Mr. Karimuddin, would you like to handle a table topic?
Yeah, sure. Let me try.
Okay, great. So here is your table topic. Please tell us about the movie you liked best and the movie you did not like so much and why. 2 movies, good and not so good. The stage is yours.
Okay. Thank you and good evening to all the Toastmasters and I actually delayed to join this meeting, which I am very much regretful about because I missed 2 speeches. I tried my best to be on time, but I have missed the chance. But anyway, I have joined the table topic session and you have been invited. Thank you for that. The movies which I like more about is the one and only the Mughal-e-Azam, in which in which Mr. Dilip Kumar have performed to the core. That is my foremost and the best movie which I ever like on any time of the year. And you want 2 movies, right? The 2 good movies.
Just one,
One.
and one not so good.
Not too good. Actually, I'm not that much movie enthusiastic, but I do watch movies, the classical movies, which I like very much, which I said you about. The other movies which I don't like is I experienced one time when I visited for vacation a couple of years ago. One movie I watched of Amir Khan, which is, I don't know, but I don't recall the name, which I didn't like much about from his movie collection. So these are the 2 only things which I can say you about the movies, about like and the most disliked movies.
Okay, thank you so much. A big round of applause for Mr. Karimuddin.
Thank you very much.
Now I would request our timer, Toastmaster Milton Ilay Kumar, to please appear on the screen. Toastmaster Milton, here is your topic. Imagine yourself 10, 15 years back as a teenager. And there is this sweet girl student sitting next to you. What would you tell her to introduce yourself to her?
Toastmaster of the day, topic master and the guest. Good evening. Okay, 15 years back, how I was, still the same, handsome, and girls are in the line. Now how it is? I will go to her and I will tell her whether I need to impress her or, okay, anyway, already she is impressed. Just I will tell her, you are beautiful, but if you want to have me, this is not enough. So there are a lot of girls. So on the line, I will check it out and I will choose the best one. And for you, maybe you can take your time. Still, you want me, you are on the line. And not in the first, maybe in the last. You can still try the best. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much.
That's great, Toastmaster Milton. I really like your confidence. Do let me know privately how many girls were there in the queue by WhatsApp.
All are in virtual.
Okay, let's move on to our next speaker. Toastmaster Nurul Kabir, Mohammad Nurul Kabir. Can you please appear on the screen?
Yes, please.
Toastmaster Nurul, welcome to the table topic session. Would you like to handle the table topics?
Let me try, as I don't know what it is, so it is better to try.
Okay, I'll give you a simple one. The best book you have read and the worst book you have read. The best book you have read and the worst book you have read.
Actually, there are so many best. Thank you, Table Topic Master. Actually, there are so many good books which I have read. But right now, if I remember, it's a Bengali written, Humayun Ahmed's. This is actually one novel that is talk about the nature of the people. There are 12 types of people in this world. He described these 12 types. I like that book very much. And the worst book also, you see, once you start, if you don't feel that this you want to continue, that is the worst book of your life, which I didn't complete it. I started, but I didn't complete it. Those books are the worst books in my life. Thanks. Over to Table Topic Master.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nurul. Now I will call upon our evaluator, Toastmaster Adam Abdi. So please unmute yourself.
Yeah, ready.
So you are the award chair and you have to give the award for the best Toastmaster of Doha Toastmasters Club and the worst Toastmaster of Doha Toastmasters Club. Who will you give the award to? Tell us.
Okay.
Warrior, be careful. You are in trouble.
Okay. Tabletop master, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and everybody, good evening to you all. The best award and the worst award. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we give award after somebody has performed well. There's no a award for someone who did not perform well. And the purpose of the awards is to encourage the person to keep, continue, and improve. That means where he is or where she is right now, he needs to keep moving. And this paper or this award is a stick or a torch that he has to use to light in front of him. We give the awards in order. We don't give this is the best and this is the worst. We just select and give, and everybody has to keep moving. Therefore, I would give the best, the one selected for the best, and I wouldn't call the worst, but number 3 would go to the number 3. So if I give in order, everybody will be happy. And I think the word that the worst award, it would be out of the list. So there will be 3 guys or 4 guys or 2 guys that I have given awards, and everybody will be happy. And I think this would make me survive from this table topic. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adam. That was really a diplomatic answer. Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Ritika Thomas. Please, can you appear on the screen? Toastmaster Ritika. Toastmaster Ritika, your topic is very simple. It is not the best and the worst. It is simply this. A boy's best friend is his mother. Your thoughts. A boy's best friend is his mother. Your thoughts. Toastmaster Ritika, the writer, the author of Doha Toastmasters Club. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, good evening to all of you. We've often heard how the opposite genders are, how they take liking towards each other the most, how we hear, I am my father's daughter, or how we hear, I am my mother's son. And I think that has something to do with how perhaps they share a lot more things in common than they would with the other parent. And frankly, I don't have a brother that I can speak for, or I would know from experience. I am speaking this from what I've heard from my friends. Because I myself, I'm actually a lot close to my mother than I am to my father. So I wouldn't really be able to give you a personal standpoint on that. But I think it's about how much more closer a mother keeps their son, because at the end of the day, children, regardless of whether they are a son or a daughter, I think they're still babies to their mother. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I think it's more of from the perspective of the child that they might feel a lot more closer to a particular parent. Thank you.
Thank you. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Ritika. May I ask the timer, do we have time for one or two more topics? Can you please tell us? We started at 8:10, I believe. It's
Actually, our next session need to start at.
Okay. So
yeah, I think it's time. Yeah, we can go to the next session.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So let us wind up with conducting the poll for the best table topic speaker. Can you tell us, Toastmaster Milton, if all are qualified? I know that you have qualified.
Okay.
Please don't include my name, please.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Okay, except speaker number 4, all are qualified.
Okay, so can we run a poll for the best table topic speaker? And while we run the poll for the best table topic speaker, I have this quote which I have picked up from the internet, which is related to today's theme, the power of you. It says, if you think you can do a thing, you are right. If you think you cannot do a thing, you are right too. It underlies the importance, the power of your own voice, your own talk with your own self. That is what powers you ultimately. If you tell yourself you can do it, you will be able to do it. If you tell yourself you can't do it, no power on earth can make you do it. So with this, I hand it over back to our table topic, Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai. Thank you so much.
Sir, you are muted.
So the poll is done. Okay. Thank you, TM Nilofer, for that excellent conduct of that session. I think you used a new technique here, a new novel way to do it. Something like a turncoat, but in a different way. So, and the quote at the end you gave was a very, very nice one. I think, yes, of course, the self-talk that you do to yourself is the most important thing. That gives you the power many times. And that's why it is said that what you say to yourself is very, very important. Now we come to the most important segment of the meeting, and that is the evaluation session. And to conduct this session, we have a senior Toastmaster, a past president of the Doha Toastmasters, current Division A director, who believes in creating more leaders with effective communication skills. And he is certainly doing justice in that direction. He loves languages, cooking, and wants to take up painting as a hobby. I wonder what's stopping you. On the theme, he says, the only that can replace you is you. Wish more people comprehend the power each one has, the power to accept, power to give, and the power to be unique. Beautiful. Please put your hands together to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Jai Kumar to the virtual screen.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai. That was indeed a very good introduction, just as I wanted it to be. And thank you for navigating this so professionally throughout until now. And I'm sure we will wind up also on time. Thank you so much. Now, as a general evaluator, someone very wrongly said that feedback is the breakfast of champions. Because, why did I say wrong? Breakfast is not had at the end of the day. It has to be had at the beginning of the day. So I think that is wrong. So it's not the It's probably the entree or the releve for the champions. It's not the breakfast in any case. But then feedback is very important. And Toastmasters provide you that vital function which helps you know in which direction you're going and how you can improve from here on. Now, my role today is threefold. I would first invite the specific speech evaluators to evaluate the speeches delivered by the speakers today. We had 3 speakers, so we have 3 evaluators. Then I shall ask the reports from the role players. And finally, the third function would be to evaluate the meeting in general so that we can go from strength to strength and to newer heights for Doha Toastmasters. So first I shall invite the speech evaluator for the first speaker. The first speaker was our Zambian, Smita Abraham, and her speech would be evaluated by our VP Education, Sundar. Sundar is a very humorous person. And let us hear from him what he felt about the speech delivered by Smita. Over to you, Sundar.
General Evaluator, Toastmaster of the Day, my target speaker, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
Generally, while photographers wait hours and days for capturing the best moment in the forest, that moment is bliss. Witnessing your speech today is a similar breeze after some pause from you, champion speaker. Smoke that thunders. Muziya Tunia. Wow. First of all, I would like to appreciate for being the idiosyncrasy in selecting such title for your speech today. Also, I would appreciate your enthusiasm in the speech, positivity, a very good comfort level in you, and the proud you carried while talking about the country you are born and grown up. I'm sure you are too lucky to born in such a natural, enriched nation. Your information on Africa, Zambia, changed our prejudged view on Zambia. Very good information. In fact, you also performed one more role today. You know what? A travel agent role to visit Zambia, home of Big 5. You provided all the cost details. Maybe we'll plan sooner. And your part-time job as well now, student. To conclude the evaluation, your presentation is very colorful like Zambia's Chichinge attire. On the improvement side, I can see only 3 opportunities. Time of your speech, practice n number of times and restrict your speech within allotted time. I have faced little disturbance in your voice clarity due to some network issue, I think. And number 3, had some humorous if possible in speech. Apart from above, wow, your speech is well organized and your flow for speeches like Zambezi River, it's cool. Nacho Chala Sana Smita, thank you. All the best for your future speeches. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar, for that wonderful evaluation. And I could make out that you really used the Zambezi language well. Natatala Sana. That was very thoughtful of you in your evaluation. Just one word from my side on the evaluation. It was a very graphic, informative speech. You could see everything, you know, whether it was the Big 5 or about the waterfalls. Everything was, you know, graphic. So what you probably wanted to speak, you showed in pictures. That is why they say, you know, a picture speaks 1,000 words. I think you left out the idiosyncrasies of the Zambians because throughout your speech you were talking in dollars. So probably they were very idiosyncratic about US dollar. Our next speaker was immediate past President Akash Buttada, and his speech on communication styles would be evaluated by yet another fantastic Doha Toastmasters speaker on the rise, Toastmaster Shashank Muthadat. Toastmaster Shashank, could you please evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Akash Buttada? Shashank.
Thank you, General Evaluator. And I believe Toastmaster Akash is a person of great style. And everything he does in good taste. When I got the opportunity to evaluate the speech, I knew it would be an opportunity to witness some style. Toastmaster Akash, I wish to note these places where you excelled. You were able to keep us curious for what's next throughout your speech. When you shared the story of your mother visiting and leaving you with enough good friends, it really connected with my situation at a time too. And I think we share the same situation of communication styles at home. You were standing, using all the body movements to construct a visual story with your speech. And you had dotted your speech with bits of humor, bits of intrigue, and kept us alert throughout the speech. The stories connected the knowledge you were sharing elegantly. I could not find any idiosyncrasies in this speech. You packed all styles in style, and you went back to all of them to fix them in the minds of the audience. I could not discover aspects for improvement because you communicated with clarity. However, I will note one aspect you may want to work on, which are transitions. Because each topic were complete on their own, you could have connected them in more style, your own way. It was not only an evaluation experience, but a learning experience too. Thank you for that wonderful speech, and thank you for this opportunity today. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that very generous and apt evaluation of the speech delivered by Toastmaster Akash Buttada. I think Akash delivered his speech with, as you said, elan style. And it was supported by his personal examples. And that is what made the speech more endurable or more comprehensible. Otherwise, it's such a boring topic, communication styles. It becomes very theoretical. But when he brought in his wife and his mother and his child and his friends, it became it's easy to understand. So this is one thing that all Toastmasters can take a cue from. Our next speech was delivered by Toastmaster Nagaraj Shekhar Mannam on mentoring. And his speech will be evaluated by the first man on earth, Toastmaster Adam Abdi. Toastmaster Adam, could you please evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Nagaraj?
Am I audible?
You are.
General Evaluator, Toastmasters, guests, and everyone, good evening to you again. Especially my friend Toastmaster Nagaraj, who delivered his speech titled Friendship. To begin with, the purpose statement of the topic is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and also to share some aspect of previous experience as a mentee. According to this requirement, I can clearly say that Toastmaster Nagaraj has met the basic requirement. A mentor offers encouragement and guidance to a fellow member while he or she works to accomplish a goal. A mentor has opportunity to share experience wisdom, and knowledge, and lays down foundation for the mentee to build on. Some aspects I liked your speech, how you raised questions at the beginning. You know, in the meeting, we are two groups, new members or guests and old seniors. When you raise questions of that there is someone called mentor to help the people to reach such goal and such level, this is, you send a message to anyone who is going to join the Toastmaster that you will not be alone in this journey. If you join us, someone will help you, and Toastmaster offers this help. Also, you send another message to seniors like myself, who usually dodge their mentors, and you showed us that there's an importance and benefits that we can learn from our mentors, and we need to continue. Also, you mentioned that there were 3 secrets that I hope everyone understood. And I like the way you described really your mentors and how honest they were. And also I like the way you applied all the instructions and suggestions they gave it to you. In general, I can say you're a great speaker. I've been watching you. Are one of those guys just inspire the new members and the seniors. You have good confidence. Well, we are in a virtual meeting. I see some of our friends that are going to stand up to deliver a speech. I think this is not convenient. Otherwise, I find everything was nice and you met your requirement. I hope to see you in the future perform well. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adam Abdi. I think that was a very candid evaluation of what you saw, what you heard, and what you felt about the speech delivered by Toastmaster Nagraj. I liked the way he used it as a tribute to his 2 mentors. So thank you, Nagraj, for that tribute to your mentors. Now, next I shall ask the role players. Shall we have a voting for the timer? Have all the evaluators qualified?
Yeah, all the evaluators. Yeah, all the evaluators are qualified for the polling.
Okay. Shall we vote for the best evaluator, please? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, next I shall invite the listener. Shall start with the listener. Listener, could you please, Toastmaster Ritika, have you listened to all the speeches so far?
Yes.
So please come out with your questions to check whether we have also equally listened.
Okay. So I'm gonna go right into the questions. There are 5 questions in total. The first question is, what were the 3 things that Toastmaster Smita listed when she asked what we think of relating to Africa?
One country, one nation.
No, corruption.
No, initially. Yes. Sorry.
One country, one
Climate?
one Lusaka, one Lusaka, one country, one nation.
No. One was corruption.
It was the first question.
Oil.
One country, one
oil.
nation.
No, for corruption. What else?
Oil.
No, dry.
Corruption.
Okay.
Corruption is, are we sure?
Okay. So the answer, she listed 3 things. So the answer is the song Waka Waka, Safari, and corruption.
Yes.
Okay. The second question, what is Zambia's main industry?
Mining.
Copper mining.
Yes, copper mining is correct. Third question. This will be much easier. What is the bird featured in Zambia's flag?
Eagle.
Yes. Okay, next question. What did Toastmaster Akash say that communication is that we have to use wisely. He said communication is something that we have to use wisely. What is that?
Communication is power. Use it wisely.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, last question. How many secrets did Toastmaster Nagaraj share that were from his mentors?
3.
Yes, that's correct. That's it for the question.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those interesting questions. And yes, we failed in Zambia.
Successfully failed.
Yes. That's an oxymoron. Yeah. Now let me invite Sanika with her R counter report. Sanika.
Good evening once again. Thank you,
Good
sir.
evening.
So we just have few R's and Ms and other long pauses. I'll start with the table topics session. The first speaker had 1 long pause. Second speaker had 8 R's. The third speaker had 2 to 3 R's and 1 long pause. Fourth table topic speaker had 10 R's. And the sixth table topic speaker had 3 R's, and yes, that's it. And then coming on to the prepared speech session, the first speaker had 1 the second speaker had 1 and 2 to 3 buts. The third speaker had 2 to 3 long pauses. And for the evaluation session, the third evaluator had 1 or 2 long pauses. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that exhaustive report. Only thing, a slight advice on the use of words.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. Okay. Next, I shall invite the grammarian.
Yes, sir.
All of us have idiosyncrasies.
Idiosyncrasies. Idiosyncrasy. Write that one for me.
Actually, the word idiosyncrasy is, you have a lot of scope to use that when certain people have such type of strange habits. We can say that the person is got very strange idiosyncrasies. It has been used by my good friend Ram Mohan Rai twice. Adam Abdi, once he said it, one he wrote to me. So that was theoretically, not verbally. And JK used it 4 times. Sundar used it 1, and Shashank used it once. But please remember, if a person makes a mistake or something strange once, it is not idiosyncrasy. When a person repeatedly does something, then only it becomes idiosyncrasies. Like JK told me in the beginning, one person got the habit of shaving every hour. Once if he shaves up once after 1 hour is okay. But when he keeps on shaving every 1 hour, that becomes an idiosyncrasy. Anyway, good that it was used
wisely.
Sir, you are muted, sir.
You're muted.
Why did I move? My hand was here. Okay.
Because of the
Today-
word you use.
Today we had some excellent erudite speakers, and Doha Toastmasters always have a lot of good speakers. And I didn't have to write much about wrong usage of English. But of course, we notice that our accent and our language, especially of any language, depends upon the teachers who teach us in the lower classes. And if you don't join Toastmasters Club, we'll continue doing that mistake throughout our life, and nobody will bother to correct us. And I have come across a few words like, it is not position or decision, it is position and decision. Because we all know that even the person who said that knows that it is position and decision. But since they were taught like that in the young age, so try to change that from position to decision to position and decision. And another one was today's meeting. It was today's meeting. In 1924, when Toastmasters started, when did Toastmasters started?
In 19.
When?
In 1923 or?
No. Anybody? Before 1920. Before 1915. Come on, guess.
1903.
No, actually, as per Toastmasters International site, when I was a district governor, it was 2010. Now they changed it to 2005. Because as soon as Ralph Smedley finished his college education and joined the YMCA as the director of education, he started this club under the basement of YMCA.
1905, you said. You said 2005.
I'm so. 1905.
Okay.
1905. So it was in 1910. He asked one of his friends named George Scott, give a name for this club. So it was his friend George Scott named it Toastmasters Club. Why we say 1924 is, till 1924, this Toastmasters Club was working as a wing of YMCA. It was 1924, we got our own constitution, rules and regulations, everything set, and became an independent organization in 1924.
So it became a republic.
So Ralph Smedley will not be happy if you say 1924. You may ask us what I was doing from 1905 to 1924. Anyway, just for our information only. And one of the falcon, I always say that when you say one of the, there must be many. To say if there's only one, you say one. When you say one of the, that means there are always many. So it's a plural. One of the falcons. Flying high. At that context, it was flying higher because he was flying, everybody was flying high. This particular bird or man was flying, or his ambition was flying higher. It's not evaluation, it's evaluation. And it is not communication, it's communication. Expand that. It's not communication, communication. Expand that word. It is not analytical. And sentences, at that context, sentences are, because when you wrote the script, the sentences were, because the past tense, you wrote the script that time. And it's not professional career, it's professional career, because a carrier is the lorry or a train or something that carries. Here it was, the speaker meant was professional career.
Yeah.
It's not on the line. On the line, the meaning is the ball fell on the line. The person was standing on, but this is standing in the line. That's all, my dear friends. It was very easy for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. A lot of takeaways today. Now I will ask the timer. How are we faring? I think I should have stopped at 8:43, so 15 minutes delay.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you. Anyway, thanks. So I'll not take much more time. I will give my evaluation of the entire meeting, how it happened today and what could have been done better. Well, we opened the meeting on time, exactly on dot at 7. In fact, 1 minute earlier to allow the presentation of our 25 years of excellence. So that was a very nice way to open the meeting with a bang. And Sergeant at Arms set the tone right. He explained the ground rules and he was very assertive. So it's a big quantum jump for you as a communicator, Sergeant at Arms Keshavraj. You have improved by leaps and bounds. So you've become very assertive when you mentioned the ground rules. The President gave a very warm welcome to the guests. He explained all about Toastmasters. He introduced the guests and came out with a fantastic inspirational story of the Falcons. And then he introduced at length, very deservedly, the Toastmaster Day, Ram Mohan Roy. And someone very rightly said, the baritone voice, which was carried throughout the meeting. He is probably the second person with a similar baritone voice. The other person I had encountered in Toastmasters in Qatar is Gil Bangalan. And yet one more person is on the rise, and I think it is Leo Ortega, to some extent. Well, but Ram Mohan Roy takes the cream, right? And in his unique style, he was a perfectionist as far as time is concerned and as far as function was concerned. So he did not waste much time, yet explained the power of you in so many beautiful words. Fantastic. Thank you. Table topics master, Nilufar, she came up with some innovative ideas, the best and the worst. And I'm sure it was, for some of you, it must have been a tough decision to come out with the worst. Especially Adam had a tough time to say who he will award the worst Toastmaster of the Year award. So, but all of them handled it very well. That's the best thing. So, kudos to you, distinguished Toastmaster Nilufar, for that new style of table topics. The role players, hats off to you for doing a job well. And because of the constraints of time, you limited also. For example, the listener came out with just 5 questions. And we fumbled with 1, no problem. We wasted a little time on that. But otherwise, the listener, the R counter, grammarian, and the timer, very apt, very precise to the rules. They did not exaggerate too much. They were perfect in their jobs. Evaluators also did a very proactive and supportive evaluation. They did not criticize them. And I'm sure, in fact, the first speaker wanted to repeat the speech also. So she was so inspired by the evaluator probably. Anyway, usually a person repeats a speech when one is not satisfied with the delivery of the speech. But here, I think it was not the case. Personally, I have some beautiful takeaways from this meeting. I noted down some beautiful words that were used, like which we can use in our daily life, tricks of the trade. It's a very normal word, but we very rarely use them, but if we can use that. Epicenter, beautiful word. Trailblazer, another beautiful, ineffable. Moonbow. We have all heard about rainbow, but today we heard about moonbow. And gregarious. Gregarious is yet another word which we can use in our daily life, personal or social life. And it makes all the difference when you use beautiful words in place of ordinary words. That extraordinary becomes. So these are the takeaways that I personally had. And I will not waste more time on this. I will hand it over back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for all the role players today.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator DTM Jaikumar. With this, we have now come to the end of the 3rd segment of this meeting, the evaluation session. Thank you for the energetic evaluation session. I admire the way you are able to make a serious segment as general evaluation into such a lively session, and humorous too. What I gathered today from the experiences, opinions, and thoughts of fellow Toastmasters through the meeting reiterates my understanding of this phenomena. The power we all hold within us. We are all sent to this world with each with our own unique power, abilities, and capabilities. And this is usually not tapped most of the time, because for some reason, we don't like who we are. We are always looking at others and feeling inadequate. This should stop. We should learn to love ourselves. When we love ourselves, we will discover that we are much more that which we give ourselves credit to. Love yourself and discover the power within you. I would like to conclude here with these lines from the book Atlas Shrugged, which could not have said it better. Do not let your fire go out. Spark, but irreplaceable spark in the hopeless swarms of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all. Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have never been able to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It is yours. It was a pleasure to be here today, and thank you so very much, President Atul Hardas, for the invite and your idea of having past presidents of this illustrious club to do this role in its silver jubilee year. I have admired your enthusiasm for Toastmasters and have watched with great pleasure your rise in this club. And I'm glad you will be joining the long list of distinguished presidents of this great club. Thank you all, the members, new and old, for the love you give me each time I come here. My very best wishes to each one of you. And now hand over control of the virtual screen to the president. Over to you, Atul.
Thank you. Please give big round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai. Very well said, sir. Love yourself and discover the power of you. Thank you once again, distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai, for accepting my invitation and being a Toastmaster of the day today. Friends, I was in touch with distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai 1 month before. I contacted him to be the TMOD for the meeting, and he responded very positively and encouraged me to go ahead with the meeting. Thank you very much, sir, for conducting this engaging and ineffable meeting today. It is always a pleasure to witness distinguished Toastmaster Ram Mohan Rai's meeting, Toastmasters meeting. It is always a pleasure for the new Toastmasters like us. Thank you very much, sir, for being today in your club. Thank you very much. Please give again big round of applause to him. What an interesting and innovative table topic session by our Division A Program Quality Director, distinguished Toastmaster Nilofer Samal. Thank you very much, Madam, for conducting an interesting table topic session today. Please give a big round of applause to her. Thank you, General Evaluator, Division A, DAD, Division A Director, distinguished Toastmaster Jai Kumar Menon, for a detailed general evaluation session today. And very much information we received from this general evaluation. Thank you very much, sir. Please give big round of applause today. I also give big thank you to distinguished Toastmaster Sunny Varghese sir for being a grammarian today and inspiring the members to take up the roles in the meeting. Thank you very much, sir, and keep us inspiring in all the meetings. Thank you very much. Also, please give big round of applause to all the role players. Especially, I am thankful to Ritika and Milton, who took up the role just 3 hours before when the 2 role players dropped from the meeting. Thank you very much, Ritika and Milton. Also, thank you very much, Sanika and Keshwara Sampat Kumar and all other role players. Thank you very much. I am also thankful to all the evaluators for giving the positive feedback to all the speakers. Take up the roles as evaluators. Thank you very much. Please give a big round of applause to all the role players, speakers. Thank you very much. Now, can I have the feedback from the guest?
What about the voting? What about the voting result? What
Can
about the
I have your feedback, please?
voting result?
Yes, sir.
Result of the
I will publish it. I will publish it. Just I will have the feedback from them. Yeah, Muhammad Nurul Kabir. Can I have your
Yes,
feedback, please?
Yes, thank you, President.
Yes.
Actually, once I saw the flyer, I could not resist my temptation to join in this great club. And all the stars in one cascade, really, under one umbrella, so many stars, big stars. How can I miss it? And in the Jubilee meeting, I got some golden memories. And I enjoyed the meeting throughout from starting to the end. And really, I enjoyed it too much. And there are so many takes away. And I learned how to, from Ram Mohan Rai, the Toastmaster of the day. I think he's the champion Toastmaster of the day. The way he navigate the meeting, all the way he make the people engaged full time. Thanks, Toastmaster Ram Atul Hardas. Sorry, the name may be wrongly pronounced. Thank you, President. Over to President.
Thank you, Muhammad Nurul. Would you like to join to our club?
Definitely, if you but
Okay. Please share your contact details. Our VP membership will contact you soon. Second guest, I think guest is not there. Okay. I will share the results of today's meeting. Let me share.
I can't hear now. Disconnect.
Okay. Please share your contact details. Please share your contact details. Our VP membership will contact you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, I will share the PPT. Okay. Oh, so best speaker is Toastmaster Akash Bhutada. Please give big round of applause to him. Best table topic speech, Toastmaster Ritika Thomas. Please give a big round of applause. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Sundar Vadivelu. And best role player, distinguished Toastmaster Sunny Varghese sir. Please give a big round of applause to all. Okay, so we have some announcements. Doha Toastmasters Club have achieved 5 on 10 DCP points in just 2.5 months. Please give a big round of applause to all the members and all the ex-club members. Thank you very much. Second announcement, now the Doha Toastmasters Club is eligible for dazzling membership, medley and golden quarter award. Please give a big round of applause to VP membership Priya Vedi and Treasurer Amarnath Baburajan and to all the members. So we are already under in the renewal of the membership. Many members have renewed the membership from October to March. So there are few members who have not yet renewed their membership. I request the members to pay the membership fee to Amarnath Baburajan and renew your membership. The next announcement is our next meeting will be on 2nd October and that will be the hybrid meeting. So after 1.5 years, we are going to meet in-person meeting. We can have the shake hands, we can meet each other. So now gear up for the hybrid meeting. Our VP membership, VP education will contact all the speakers and role players. Please send your requests to VP education Sundar Vadivelu. The next announcement is Area 1 conference meeting will be on 25th September, that is next Saturday. And 3 clubs under Area 1 will have the joint conference meeting. They will join this conference meeting. So I request all the members to join this meeting and let's enjoy the Area 1 conference meeting. Any other announcement, VP Sundar?
No, President, you covered everything.
Okay.
So the hybrid meeting we're planning is a speakathon. So we need more evaluators. So I will connect with all the members.
Thank you. Thank you, VP Sundar. So as there are no further announcements, with this, let me declare meeting number 562 closed. Thank you. Now the floor is open for informal chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you very